and Galapagos. This one feels like a bootleg as well. Like this was also made for like a famiclone more than famicom. This one doesn't feel official somehow. The combat is a bit slow. It's a bit repetitive, but my god, it's a vibe. Like it feels weirdly like it's simple because you just move up, down, left, right, top, down. You stab things. You grow a little bit stronger when you grab power-ups. It's really simple, kind of like just bare bones survive these onslaught of enemies kind of thing. But just the fact that it's like basically a top-down brawler, I found really interesting. With the fantasy setting as well, I think it was very, very cool. I was quite a fan of this one, to be honest. Yeah, this one's good. I think this one could be pretty fun. It supports 2 players. This one feels like someone really had fun making this and made a very competent game, honestly. It's very impressive for NES. Enemy and monster designs are cool. The city, it all looks unique. Like it's all uniquely laid out. There doesn't seem to be any recurring like elements and tiles from what I can see. Very cool. It feels like an adventure game. Yeah, it feels like some sort of big, grandiose adventure game, but it's a brawler. And I really like that. I think this one's pretty sick, definitely. This one, you're riding a camel. You're a guy on a camel with a dog next to you, and you're just walking around this island. You just walk around the trees. There's like a house there's like a castle on the island that you can't go into. There's a loads of bars and meters at the bottom. And I don't know. This one is an ominous mystery to me. What's it even called again? This is Ganso Seiyuki. Ganso Seiyuki. What is this? I tried like 15-20 minutes. I explored the entirety of this tiny little barren shithole island. There's nothing. I don't understand. This one is baffling. Definitely check it out if you want. Oh no, this is cool right here. This is Ghost Lion. This is a full-ass RPG with a really nice art style. I remember the music being nice. This is like as classic as a really good NES RPG can get. Like we're talking like classic Final Fantasy. Mother, I think Mother's like the best NES RPG, but you know this genuinely, it's like somewhere between the two in my like opinion of how I would rank NES RPGs. This is really cool. You play as some girl who gets teleported to like obviously to like a fantasy Dragon Quest-esque looking RPG world. You have a staff and you summon your combatants. Like you meet other characters and you summon them in combat, kind of in like a Shin Megami Tensei kind of way. But a lot more streamlined and a lot more simple. This one, I want to play more of this. I think this game might be probably more famous than I'm assuming it is, but like I've never heard or seen anything of this game before. And this is high quality stuff. This one is in English as well, quite surprisingly. So it must have came out in at least America. But yeah, this one legit has a cool story and a really nice atmosphere. Very classic NES RPG feel. It's just but also it's very unique. That's why in my mind it feels a little bit like Mother. It's very cool. But because the main character is just some child, just some girl, in combat you get like the picture of her face, and every time you get hit by an enemy, you see the reaction and the pain that your failure has caused to this innocent child, and it's quite over the top looking. I respect it a lot. I respect the very clear depictions of child endangerment in this NES RPG. But genuinely, this looks awesome. I wish if I had more patience, I'd play this one. I'm very curious. It looks like it would have a really unique, very charming story. A very charming game. That's what I would describe it as, definitely. And also, just as an RPG, it's very streamlined and not too difficult for something of this era. Yeah, this one's adorable. This one's really cute. I like this. This is good shit. I highly recommend Ghost Lion. Next up, we have Hana no Star. Flower Star. I don't know. It's a weird, like, you control two people at once, jank as fuck platformer. It's giving me JJ and Jeff vibes. Second PC Engine mention. This one looks really fucked up on my flash cartridge. But you're just two guys going around this town. There's like a McDonald's there. Or something that I can assume to be legally distinct from a McDonald's. Yeah, you're just two guys going back and forth trying to platform two simultaneous characters. And you shoot musical notes at people. And they sort of can split off from each other a little bit. So, but it's not like a puzzle platformer. It's very like rudimentary action. Not much is really going on. This is this is another one on the weird what the fuck kind of platformer. What is this one? The two controlling two characters at once is cool. It looks unique. I like the setting. I think I remember the music being a beautiful ear sore, but I could be wrong there. This is another one where I just gotta let it speak for itself. Huh. Oh, this is Lost World of Jenny. You play as Jenny in her Lost World, I suppose. This one has quite a whimsical, surreal feel to it. Really fast-paced platformer. Something about a Cinderella premise, I think. Oh yeah, you play as... What is this one again? Fucking hell. Yeah, it is a fast, frantic, skittish, crazy platformer. Jenny just sprints around everywhere over cakes and climbs down ladders, and this level design is awful. Why is there so many random platforms and layers and ladders that you don't need to use? This is a fast-paced, cracked-out labyrinth of a side-scroller. I don't know what your goal is or what you're really doing. You just kind of run around and dodge shit. I don't know what the purpose is. This one confused me a lot. But at least it's kind of fun to jump around in Jenny's Lost World. What the fuck? What have all the fuck the last like 5 of these been? Oh yes, I remember this one. I remember this one quite well indeed. This is Roppets. This is Miracle Roppets Adventure in 2100. Naturally. This is just a weird platformer where you control like a little robot guy. You just sort of jump around and shoot really useless projectiles at really stupid looking enemies, and if you take a hit, you turn into this tiny, tiny little guy. And then you're even more helpless and even harder to move around. And I remember this one being really hard because the levels are condensed and lots of layers for whatever reason, and a very unfocused platformer, but it looks kind of nice. This is another one in the weird platformers vibe. But it's a lot more competent than the other ones, and you do get to shoot things, which is admittedly quite fun. There seems to be shortcuts in the level design as well. But I remember this one being challenging just because it's kind of a mess, and there's enemies everywhere, and it's just kind of a really awkward, like, overly complicated layout. Nothing feels explained or understandable immediately, but hey. Again, if you love weird platformers and just jank shit, then that's what you need. That's why you need an NES. That's why I have an NES, and I quite appreciate Miracle Roppets, whatever the fuck whatever the fuck a Roppet is, let alone one that is miraculous in nature. Oh, this one's really fucking good. This is Moon Crystal. Pretty sure it only came out in Japan, but this one's awesome. Oh, this one's by far the best one, I think, in terms of actual gameplay that I played. It's like a classic, like another like sort of Zelda 2 side-scrolling RPG sword combat adventure game. Seems to have a really engrossing story. There's a lot of cutscene, well, not a cutscene. There's a lot of like text between the levels, and some of the art looks really beautiful. I like the character designs a lot. This one has a great atmosphere. Great fantasy NES mysterious atmosphere. It's a very, very pretty game. And I remember just the combat, the feel of moving around everywhere. It feels great. This is a really good condensed platformer. This one needs to be played. I didn't get to complete it, but I played as much of it as I could get through. And it gets a little bit sort of difficult and awkward near the end, sort of in the midway, however far I got to, where you're having to like go to this room, activate a switch, quickly run to get a door before it closes. That kind of level of like light platformer puzzling action that I found a wee bit annoying, but it's clearly their puzzles are well designed. Excuse me, it's a very well designed game. It looks amazing. The animations are so smooth. The ledge grabbing, everything about this game is awesome. It just has a great smooth feel to the combat, to the movement, to everything. This is genuinely like a really fun platformer. Nice weight to it, nice heavy weight to it as well. I remember liking the boss fights. I remember thinking the boss fights were really good fun. Moon Crystal delivered exactly the kind of thing I want. If I don't want weird, whack, jank, crap, dog shit from NES, I want stuff like this. Moon Crystal is dope as hell. I'm pretty certain it's easily the best game I'm talking about here, so if you're only taking away one thing from this video, I won't spoil it anymore. Check out Moon Crystal. It is sick. It is a very, very cool game. Next we have Mystery Quest, which is very descriptive, I know. Another one for the whack crap platformers. This one, you're in some sort of weird blue Mario-ass looking void urban hellscape. You're like an elf kid, and you just sort of slowly plod around everywhere and shoot eggs at dogs. And this, again, there's only so much I can say about these games. You just kind of got to look at them. Look at it go. Another one I think I remember having music that drove me slightly mad. But I'm actually no, the platform. I was gonna say the platforming is solid, but I don't remember there being any. Actually, I remember there being actually very little in this game. I think it does that Adventure Island thing where if you're not moving, you're always losing life. Like your life bar is also a time limit kind of thing. This one's dumb. This one's very dumb. It feels very Mario. It feels very Mario 1. Like, look at that water and the tiles and the blockiness of it all. Oh god, I remember, yeah. Yeah, this one sucks. In the real confusing kind of way. Yeah, there's like nothing to this one. It's weird, dude. It's weird, crappy, old NES jank Mario wannabe ass fucking. I spent too much time talking about Mystery Quest. I got other games to talk about. I think this one is legitimately just called Rescue. It is. It's just called Rescue the Embassy Mission. Pardon me. You basically just play as like 3 SWAT team. Why is that hard to say? It's maybe because I'm sitting on the floor because I don't have anywhere to hang my green screen up. Does this look okay, by the way? I don't think... I'm going to say preemptively it doesn't. I'm going to say preemptively this looks like shit. But... yeah, you play as... like... this one seems quite cinematic and slow, where you're basically just some SWAT team guy, and you have to, like, stealth in and out. Like this is like a side-scrolling stealth game. You have, like, searchlights looking for you. You got to roll past bullets, get into the buildings out of the way of the searchlights. Don't get shot, that's an important one as well. This one feels quite cool, like a real man's tactical NES side-scrolling stealth game. I don't know what else to say. That's a pretty good description. Side-scrolling stealth game. That's a cool concept, right? And it's a very simple... this one wasn't very, like, fun per se. It was kind of fun to just mash the roll button and just dodge roll through loads of bullets and stuff. Oh, but then you do get to some cool, like, first-person sniper section. You're basically just, like, moving a crosshair over a bunch of windows until you see a target. Very simple. But again, this one's very cinematic. A real cinematic espionage, very basic action game. But this one's pretty cool, actually. Cool, shady art style. I like this one. Chalk this up to another film noir NES game. That's what I'd describe it